Hey guys, I realize my lighting sucks, but it's currently 1:30 in the morning, which apparently is the only time I'm allowed to be awake anymore. I'm not gonna get into that. So excuse the crap lighting. This is probably how the remaining videos on this channel are gonna be, sadly. I've actually looked into getting some lighting equipment, but it's all so expensive and I don't have the money for that. So while I'm going to try to film during the day, that's normally when there's a lot of loud noise in my house. But onto a happier topic. Today I'm going to be doing my top 5 favorite bookish items. Now there are quite a few bookish items that I would like to try. For example, that the book that opens up and it's a light. I would love to get one of those, but those are actually more expensive than I was expecting, so I won't be getting one of those anytime soon. So this is just based off items that I have been using for a while, and some of them, yes, are very, very mainstream, and some, well, one in particular really isn't useful at all. And let's start with that one because it's Funkos. Technically, it is a bookish item, especially when it's based off books, whether it's comic books, manga, novels. I have actually some cute ones from a manga series that aren't technically Funkos, but they're little figurines that I really love. Yes, these things right here, they just basically go on the shelf and collect dust, much like this one. I really need to clean my shelves. I just realized that. But Funkos, they don't do much except add a aesthetically pleasing edge to the bookshelves. The majority of my Funkos are Harry Potter related, but I do have like a good number of Funkos from like animes, mainly Naruto and Sailor Moon, because those are the most popular ones, so they're easier to find Funkos for. So yes, number 5 is definitely Funkos, even though it's probably one of the most unnecessary bookish items because they really do not serve a purpose. Okay, number 2 was my reading light. I have this light that it doesn't work very well for paperback books because it's really bulky, I would say, but it's this reading light. It's about this size, and you just press a button and the light folds out and comes over your page. It's really, really cool, and I use it whenever I go on a trip because normally it's like we're either leaving really early in the morning or really, really late at night, or we get stuck in traffic and we're in traffic until really late at night, and I need a light to read. And for the life of me, I can't really find it. I thought it was in my purse, and let me look in this bag. Maybe it's in here. I don't know. If it isn't in here, I don't know where it is. It may be out in my car. Oh, yes, here it is. It's right here. This thing is so bulky. This clip is okay for all kinds of paper. It just doesn't work very well for paperbacks. And then you just have the button that you press on the side, and ooh, it's actually a more powerful light than it looks. But moving on, number 3 is bookmarks, and these are by far not all of my bookmarks. I have some little ones down here that are the Hunger Games, that are the magnet ones, and I don't really care for them. There's like 6 here? No, it's 4. But they're all flipping stuck together, and then there's, I don't know what I was thinking. I just got back into reading when I bought these, but they are just so bulky that I don't really care to use them at all. And then I have a few other ones like wooden bookmarks and more magnetic bookmarks up there on the shelf. It's just, I don't really like using them. So if I need a bookmark, I usually just come and get out of my butterbeer mugs. And I think the only organization I have in this mess is I normally try to keep it like biggest, smallest, and then it's like my fairy loot ones I keep all together. So there's a little organization, but really no organization to this mess. And there's actually, like, I have a business card in here. This actually came on a pair of jeans that I bought, and it's random stuff in here that I use as a bookmark. I've had this bookmark for about 10 years. It is so old, but it is such a good bookmark. Okay, now moving on to number 2. This is something that is in no way original, but it's something I made myself and I'm super proud of it. If you want to see like more detailed pictures of it, you guys can check it out on my Instagram. For some reason my phone cut off a little bit of the picture, but you can pretty much see everything. And that is my own reading journal. I bought, like, this was just plain black. I bought it from Walmart for, it was either $7 or $12. I can't remember. I don't have the receipt anymore. I had, like, I stenciled this on, and then I painted them. Then this was actually done with is it called a dually? Is that what they call those little white things that you put on a table and it's like all frilly and everything? I used that to make these. I just put like the corner on it, and then I used a paint marker to make them. And then this spine that is universe colored is, which you can't really see it because it's so dark in here, but that is basically just duct tape. I've only done a few pages. Like the opening page is just 2018 books, and then I have all of these empty books and like books that I've already read or filled in. And when I started drawing the books on the bookshelf, I drew them way too small, so you can actually barely see them. You have to squint to read the title. I have the regular bookshelf, and then I have a manga bookshelf on here because I read a lot of mangas this year. Then I have a page for favorite quotes that I haven't filled anything in yet. I plan on changing that soon, and the way I'm going to be writing these is like, do you guys remember like when you were in middle school and high school and like everybody signed the, it was called autographs in my yearbook, where everybody would sign the back of your yearbook? And I plan on my quotes just to be like that, just randomly written in spots. I was gonna make like little spots for them to be written, but I was like, that may take up like extra unnecessary room, and I could write so many more quotes if I just left it blank. And then I absolutely love this page. This first one is just simple. Some stories stay with us forever. That is something that I just found on Pinterest and I loved it. And then I just put like my favorite fandoms symbols on the cover, or you know, around the text, and then I drew a book at the bottom. Everything on this page except for the book was stencil done. I drew the book by hand. I would have done the symbols by hand, but I cannot really, circles are my enemy when it comes to drawing. Ask me to draw anything really detailed, I'm good. Don't ask me to draw a circle because I will fail miserably. Then Booktubeathon is coming up July 30th through the 5th, I believe. I should have my TBR video up before this video, but this is my 2018 Booktubeathon page where it just says Booktubeathon, and then it has the 7 reading challenges. And let me tell you, it took forever to do all of those dots. I was getting carpal tunnel before it was over. And then, like, this is as far as my completed pages have gone. And then on this page, I read a Harry Potter book for the Booktubeathon, or I plan to, and I just finished that. And this I actually had to do by hand because I was not going to print it out on a computer to make myself a stencil, and putting a book underneath to try to outline it was not working. So I literally sat down and worked on this for about 20-30 minutes until I had it somewhat how I wanted it to look. It doesn't look perfect. It still bothers me when I look at it up close, but hey, Harry Potter. So that was my reading journal so far. I'm going to have a lot more pages filled. I hopefully am going to have like 3 or 4 more that are like all over book related, and then I'm going to have a lot of quotes in here. But I also plan on doing like a page for each separate book that I read. So that's probably going to slow me down reading wise at the Booktubeathon, but I need to express myself artistically because it's been bothering me because I love art so much and just haven't had the time to do. So this actually more than is curving that urge. But on to the final item on my favorite bookish items list is this book sleeve that I got from Fairy Loot. This thing has come in handy immensely. Normally, when I would go out and I would take my book with me, because I never leave the home without a book, even if I'm driving and I will have physically no time to read, my book is always in my arm, or it's like pressed between my seat and my purse, so it doesn't like fall into the floor and like get bent or anything. This thing has made life a whole lot easier because I can just slip a book in here and then slip it in my purse and not have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about it getting bent or falling out or any such nonsense. And I believe this thing is actually waterproof too, so that helps. I can't really remember. But I am in love with this thing. I've been using it so much. Anytime I leave the house, I have this with me. If you guys know where I can find more of these book sleeves, please let me know, because I've been looking and looking and I cannot find any. But that's it for my top 5 favorite bookish items. Except for the Funko and like the little figurines and everything, these are items that I use anytime I have a book in my hands. I mean, the reading journal is pretty new, but I have actually spent like a week working on it and I plan on using it very frequently, and it's become one of my favorite items simply because I've put so much work into it. You guys should let me know what your top 5 favorite bookish items are, and how do you determine what's your favorite bookish item? Like, does it have to be like aesthetically pleasing? Does it have to be something that you use very frequently? Or is it just have to be something that's really unique? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!